everybody, and welcome to Heavy Metal Part 2. Now, I know that we promised that Troll would be doing this episode, but due to technical difficulties, he is unable to do it for a few more weeks, so you'll be stuck with me for quite a while. Anyway, starting with Judas Priest, formed in the year 1969 in Birmingham, England, Judas Priest have become one of metal's most iconic acts in the scene to date. Much like Black Sabbath, they pushed the boundaries of what was metal. The band is largely known for Rob Halford's operatic singing style, their use of two guitars, and bringing leather into the metal image. Formed by K.K. Downing and Ian Hill under the name Freight, it would not be until 1970 when the name Judas Priest would be adopted. In May 1973, Rob Halford joined the band along with John Hinch, the drummer, from his previous band Hiroshima. In April 1974, their debut, Rock-a-Rolla, was recorded with the addition of second guitarist Glenn Tipton, and thus Judas Priest's career had begun. However, they were not satisfied with the result of the album. There were numerous technical problems in the studio which resulted in poor sound quality. By the time their next album was released, no original members would remain. Despite this, Sad Wings of Destiny would be the album where Judas Priest's sound was found. With its heavy riff-driven structure along with Halford's wide vocal range, it was a rather diverse album. In the following years, the band would release a number of albums until Rob Halford would leave after the iconic album Painkiller. It would not be until 2003 that he would return. The band's use of leather on stage would become a large part of the metal image during the new wave of British heavy metal movement and early black metal. Their use of dual guitars would push the boundaries of what metal was even further by bringing a more melodic sound that didn't have a heavy blues influence. The use of two guitarists became a staple for bands such as Saxon during the movement that became known as the new wave of British heavy metal. Moving on to Saxon, they emerged from Barnsley, England in the late 70s. They had previously taken on the names Blue Condition, S.O.B., and Son of a Bitch before settling with Saxon. They are regarded as one of the leaders of the new wave of British heavy metal, along with acts such as Iron Maiden and Judas Priest. Their lyrics revolve predominantly around that of history, mythology, motorcycles, and rock. The band was founded by members Graham Oliver and Steve Dawson, who joined forces with Riff Byford and Paul Quinn. Saxon's first release was in 1979 with album titled Saxon. They had yet to truly capture a sound of their own at this point, but that would be resolved the following year. The second release, titled Wheels of Steel, released in 1980, received a far better reception than that of their debut. It reached platinum status in the United Kingdom and is still regarded as a heavy metal classic. The album features tracks such as Wheels of Steel, which featured in Brutal Legend, multiple Grand Theft Auto games, 747, Strangers in the Night, is a song about the blackout of 1965 that occurred in New York, as well as other nearby areas. Their next album, Strong Arm of the Law, and the once preceding it, D Denim and Leather, received similar reviews to Wheels of Steel and would mark the end of the classic Saxon lineup. In 1981, drummer Pete Gill left the band due to a head injury. Throughout the 80s, Saxon was one of Europe's biggest metal acts and went on to influence bands such as Metallica and Megadeth. Anyway, that is all for today, and we will see you soon. Again, we apologize for the delays and my associate not being here for a while. Also, I'd like to say a very special thanks to a friend of ours, Danian DeLeo, for making our sick new intro. Thank you very much for that. We all love it. See you. Rock on.
You people out there give us something more than just record sales. You give us something to hate. And we hate you